Hey guys, Tommy here, and as you guys saw in the other video that I previously had, I did an unboxing of the Speck See-Thru Satin. Now this is for the aluminum MacBook unibody. That was the late 2008 edition. As you guys know, Apple just recently updated the MacBook Pro line, and they recently introduced the SD card slot in place of the express card slot. Now my main concern, you know, when I had this case and purchasing a MacBook was whether it was going to fit or not. So I wanted to give a quick video and show you guys how the Speck See-Thru Satin made for the late 2008 MacBook Pro compares to the new June 2009 models. So yeah, you see the MacBook here, it's the 15-inch. And let me give you guys a run through of all the ports. On the left to right, here's the MagSafe, Ethernet, FireWire 8, FireWire 800, the mini DVI slot, 2 USB ports, the SD card slot, digital in and digital out, or audio in, audio out. Sorry about that. So let me give the Speck See-Thru. This is the satin, by the way, so you know, pretty nice texture on the outside and just hard plastic on the inside. So give that a quick wipe down, and then let's give the bottom of the MacBook a quick wipe down. So basically how you're going to install this is you're going to take these two hooks up here and just hook it over the back of the MacBook, just like that, and then push down, and then basically everything snaps into place, and we have the bottom part of the case already snapped on. Now for the top, it's pretty simple too. As I said, like the bottom, nice texture outside, hard plastic inside, which could be problematic in the future, like if specks of sand get in between the MacBook and the case, you know, they'll eventually rub up against the case and cause, you know, very minor but bad scratches is what I'm trying to say. So just make sure if you have one of these cases, take them out, you know, from time to time, just clean them off. So I don't know if you guys can see down here, but there is a Speck logo right there. So you're going to do the same thing, except you're going to hook the bottom case to the bottom lip of the MacBook, with the Apple facing you, of course. As you guys can see in the camera, I have a few smudges there. That's one of the bad things about this case. But I'd rather have smudges on the satin compared to scratches on the see-through just by itself. So yeah, and just anchor the bottom, hook it, and then press down on the sides, and everything will lock into place. So that's about it, guys. One thing I did want to point out on these new cases is that once you have this case on, I'm not sure if it's an issue with the old MacBook Pros as well, because I never tried one of these cases on it. But with the new with the new 2009 June model, the covering that extends over the super drive blocks out the Kensington lock on the Pro. So that's something to consider if you're thinking about buying this case. Other than that, the back sits pretty flush. You know, no imperfections there. On the side, same as well. You know, you can see the MagSafe touches the edge of this case, you know, pretty closely, but that's not an issue when you hook in the MagSafe because it doesn't affect it in any way at all. So the ports are lined up, nothing is covered, and the button right here for the battery indicator, that's still functionable, so there's no issues on that. As for the front, you know, there's no issue on that either. Everything sits flush. IR receiver right there. The sleep light just shines through, and it gives you a little lip for opening the device later on. So yeah, that's it guys. Anyway, this has been the Speck See-Thru Satin installation, and I want to say review for the MacBook Pro 2009 June edition. Yeah. And since it is going to be a review, I'm going to say a few things on it. This case does make your Mac, you know, significantly heavier, but for me that's not a problem because I carry it around my book bag, and you know, it doesn't really matter to me. For some people it may, but it really depends. And another thing, like I said before, this case does attract fingerprints like crazy. So if you have very oily hands and you touch this case, the residue left on the case would be extremely hard to get out later on. As you guys can see there, I still haven't gotten a chance to remove that. I tried rubbing it with a paper towel. Apparently that didn't work, so I'm gonna try something, you know, more abrasive later on to get that out. Anyway guys, that's about it. If you want to protect your Mac and you don't want a sleeve, or you don't want, you know, something that adds a whole, sorry about that, that's my phone, that adds a whole bunch of bulk, I would very well recommend this case right here. And other than that, that's basically it guys. Hope you enjoyed. This is Tommy. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and hope you enjoyed. Okay, bye.